Johnny Pink. How are you guys, man? The question I'm asking myself is, am I going Canon? Well, let me start this off by saying I recently purchased a little Canon M50. My idea was to have a mirrorless camera that I can use for astrophotography, but it didn't quite work that way. So I decided that I would try it for video, and that's what I'm shooting on right now. Is it perfect? No, but I love the Canon color. It's as rich and vibrant as the Nikon color that I love so much. Well, I have fallen in love with this Canon M50. You know what? Let me take you on this adventure. I bought this wonderful old 100 to 400 millimeter lens. It's the first version. It does have image stabilization in the lens with the adapter. And James and I went out to Sepulveda Basin Wildlife Reserve. So hang on with me. Let me take you into that one.
I don't want to adjust the legs again.
That's James. This is Sepulveda Basin Wildlife Reserve. I am out today, James is out today, and I have this beautiful Canon M50. I'm having an ungodly amount of fun with it. I have a very old, 30-year-old, it's a Type 1, 100 to 400, f4.5 to 5.6. It's the version 1, and it's just so much fun. I'm using it with an adapter. I do have a 200 millimeter mirrorless lens for this, but I'm not using that. I'm just having fun with this. So I'll shoot some photos and see what we come up with, and I'm excited to go home. I've been able to shoot hummingbirds in flight and, well, at least perched, but dragonflies, my favorite, in flight, and it was really cool. So I'm anxious, or I'm eager to see what those look like when we get home. Let's shoot some more things and we'll just have some fun. Let's do it. This is the lens I was talking about right here, but it's attached to a camera. This is a very old 100 to 400, and if I'm shooting on the M50, what is it attached to? This is oh man, I am a camera aficionado.
Gear whore.
No, a camera aficionado.
You're a gear whore.
I love buying gear. James says I have gas, gear acquisition syndrome. So this is a Canon 90D, and I'm really excited. I've taken a few shots with this one so far, just walking around down the block. And what I'm excited about with this is because it's an ASP-C sensor, but the sensor is huge, and so that makes this at Canon's 1.6 crop. This 400 millimeters should be about 640 millimeters. I am enjoying this, but haven't really figured out how to use it. I could read the instructions, but who reads the instructions? You just kind of figure it out as you go. It's a camera, right? You adjust your light. One thing I do want to say for newer shooters, if you made it this far, is we rarely hear about somebody talking about, think about where your light. How did I get such good photos with this very basic entry-level camera that I think blows away the Sony A9? I mean, this thing is just absolutely spot-on amazing. The pictures are cleaner, the color's vibrant, it's beautiful, and it's mirrorless, which is also kind of cool. The one thing I don't like about mirrorless is that they do go to sleep, and so as you're pulling it up, you're trying to push the shutter button to get it to wake up. I've missed many shots with that, and that's one thing I really prefer about a DSLR. If I got a high-end mirrorless, I could turn that off. But one thing, how did I get such good shots? Well, first off, on these new cameras, I let the ISO go wild, right? I keep my ISO set in auto. I don't limit it, so even some of these shots at ISO 5000 are relatively clean. Again, I think they're cleaner than Sony shots, and the color's beautiful. But one thing you have to be aware of, and I rarely hear people talk about this, I think I mentioned this to Adrian, is you really have to be aware of where your light is. So most of the time, if your light is behind you and you're shooting your subject over here, it's well lit. If your light is over here, then you get some beautiful side light, or if they're dappled inside the shade of the trees, you get some really nice shots. But you just have to be aware of where your light is. If you're shooting, well, look at these two turtle shots. On this side, this is one that was beautifully lit with the light coming in, and then this one is backlit, but I edited it in such a way that with this Canon M50 that I could bring out some of the shadows. So you really just have to kind of know how to play with your light. This camera was not really meant to be shot constantly and manual the way I shoot, but if you know how to control your light and where it's coming from and what, that's just practice, man. Just be aware of where your light is. And above all, have fun. That's what photography is supposed to be. It's an art form. You're capturing your moment in time and what you want to share. I have discovered this whole world of fun. And now I love Nikon. And right now, I am enjoying Canon as well. I am thinking mirrorless too. So who knows what this gear aficionado will come up with soon. This camera aficionado.
You're a gear whore.
Camera aficionado.
Gear whore.
Hey man, Johnny Pink, thank you guys for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. Heck, if you thought it was dumb, give it a thumbs down. That's fine too. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like. Check out some of my other videos. I'm always I'm out there cycling as much as I can these days. That's it. We'll see you guys out on the road. And you might see this oh man. One thing about a DSLR is just the way it feels in your hand that a mirrorless just does not. Of course, the new Z9 is supposed to be really massive too. Anyway, and I like the little files too. That's it. We'll see you guys out on the road. Johnny Pink. We'll see you guys.